Hey everybody, RetroPie Guy here. Hope everybody's doing well out there. For those that celebrate Easter, I hope you guys had an awesome Easter. But today it's time to do our weekly update video where I briefly talk about videos that will be dropping here on the RetroPie Guy YouTube channel throughout the week, just to give you guys a heads up on everything. So, first video for the week is going to be an original Xbox console video tutorial showing you guys how to fix a broken disk drive tray. So, I ran into this issue when restoring an original Xbox console where I would actually be able to open up the tray so it would come out, you'd put a disc in, and then it would not go back in. So I figured out exactly how to fix this, and I found out that a lot of people were dealing with the same issue. It doesn't matter if you're using your original Xbox console from 20 plus years ago, or maybe you've recently purchased another one to play those retro games, and it still has some of the original parts inside. So it's a really simple fix, and unfortunately a lot of people have kind of pushed their console to the side because of this issue, because it's pretty annoying, to be perfectly honest, not having a fully functional or reliable disk tray. So this video is going to walk through the entire process of fixing this. It's actually really basic, anybody can do it, and it only takes about 2 to 3 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit longer if you have trouble accessing the inside of your disk tray, but I would say probably 5-6 minutes at the absolute most. So definitely think it's going to be a good video for anybody that's experiencing that particular issue. In addition to that, we're also going to be doing a product review video on a Nixie controller. Nixie makes Nintendo Switch controllers, and this particular controller is actually geared towards kids, which I think is awesome. There's so many controllers out there that are a little bit too cumbersome for children to use. I have 3 kids myself. I deal with this issue a lot where I give them one of my controllers and it's just too big for their hands, or they can't hit everything in a timely manner. So it can get super frustrating for them. If it gets frustrating for them, it gets frustrating for you. So this particular controller from Nixie is awesome. I think it's the best kid-friendly controller out there for the Nintendo Switch. And I think Nintendo Switch is obviously the go-to for kids these days. It's probably the most widely used by children because it's got the most family-friendly games on it. So I think that's going to be a great video as well. I'm anticipating that around Wednesday or so, give or take a day. But if I can get it out Tuesday, I certainly will. And in addition to that, I'm also going to do a setup tutorial on the ReDReam emulator for Dreamcast for the Anbernic RG552. That's going to be done on the Android side. So I've been focusing a lot more on the Android side of that particular handheld lately because I originally started with the Linux side. So I've been trying to give a little bit more attention to the Android side. And Dreamcast is probably my favorite retro console out there. So, and ReDReam is also one of my favorite emulators for Dreamcast gaming. So I think it only makes sense to tackle that tutorial just to show you guys exactly how I set it up and how I think the majority of people are going to get that improved performance on Dreamcast. So I'm going to try to put together some additional videos as well. I've gotten a couple requests from people asking me to do gameplay demos for the Anbernic RG552. Since I'm going to be setting up the ReDReam emulator anyways, I think it only makes sense to try to put together a couple Dreamcast gameplay demos on that particular handheld. In addition to that, if anything else comes up and I have time for it, I'll try to throw some additional content here, obviously to the channel, but we'll see how that pans out with, what I have available for time this week and all that good stuff. But those 3 videos are the main focus. I will definitely have those out this week as well, so it gives you something to look forward to if you're in the mood for some RetroPie Guy videos here. In addition to the video content, I've been working a lot on restorations lately. So I've been taking old game consoles that are either not working properly or just in really rough condition and fully restoring them both inside and out. It's been kind of a hobby that's evolved and it's been a lot of fun. I'm trying to figure out how to do, I'm still learning how to do certain consoles, but I've gotten good at a couple of them. And yeah, it's been a fun little thing to do on the side. I started with, what did I do? I did the Nintendo DS one, which I didn't like at all. I hated working on the Nintendo DS. I have a couple here that I still have to do that are just like getting pushed further and further into the corner because it's just, when you have something so small, it's hard to work, inside of it and obviously on the surface as well. Just like lots of nooks and crannies, and this is like really awkward getting in there. I did also a couple original Xbox consoles, which is where I figured out the disc tray issue. And those I thought were an absolute blast. I love working on the original Xbox and working on the Xbox 360, probably because I'm used to working on computers, and those seem to be most like gaming PCs and PCs in general. So I find those to be really easy to navigate and work inside of and outside of. So been doing a lot of restoration stuff with those as well, and I'll be doing some more video content with restorations on here, and probably also posting some before and after pictures and whatnot just on the regular post side here on YouTube, which I just did one for a black GameCube yesterday, just like a quick before and after picture if you want to jump over to that side of YouTube and check that picture out. It's also on Instagram too, if you follow me on Instagram. But that's pretty much it here for our weekly update. Hope everybody has an awesome week, and I'll see you guys obviously throughout the week, but again, next Sunday for next week's weekly update. That's going to do it for today, though. Thank you guys so much for watching.